Today we're going to be making some homemade pasta. Now to make homemade pasta, it just takes 2 ingredients. 00 flour, okay, I get the imported one from Italy, it's 00. There's nothing GMO about it, okay, and it's a super fine super fine flour. I could have said powder too. Okay, and that's why it's 00. And then we're going to use 2 eggs and 1 egg yolk. That's all you're going to put into this, okay? Because your pasta basically is your canvas for all the sauces and whatever else you're going to put on it or in it. Okay, so stick around and watch me make homemade pasta and watch how simple it is. Okay, so I have my 8.5 ounces of flour. Okay, I keep a scale around, I measure it exactly, and in grams that's about 241 grams. Okay, grams is a more precise measurement, but I know here in this country we use ounces, so I'm going to use ounces. That's why I converted it. Okay, so I have my 8.5 ounces of flour. I'm going to tip it out onto my board. Always tip it out in a pile. And make yourself a nice little well in the center. And let me go get my fork, because we're going to need a fork for this. Not many tools. Got my fork. What we're going to do now is we're going to crack 2 eggs in here, and then we're going to separate the other one and use just the yolk. Save the white for your omelet, baking, or actually, you know what? Save it for a smoothie. Okay, so here we are. Okay. Now what you're going to do is you're going to scrape the inside. Don't do what I just did. I just broke open the wall there. You don't want to break the wall open, because what could happen is you could get egg running everywhere. So you're just going to have to work it in here a little bit at a time. If you see that wall breaking, just go and catch it right away. Have I ever done it? Absolutely. I just did it now. There we go. Okay. It's running all over the place, so I'm going to have to work a little bit faster. And once this thickens, it doesn't really run. I didn't say it wasn't any work. I just said it was 2 simple ingredients. At this point, I can get my hands in there. Well, before I get my hands in there, I can get my bench scraper. That would be even better. Let me go get my bench scraper I bought in the supermarket. Comes with a little, like a shovel. You can work things together. And it actually has a ruler on one side of it. So here we go. Just chop it in there. Now you could do all of this in a stand mixer. Wouldn't be as fun. But I'm showing you this way because not everybody has a stand mixer. You may not be at home. You could be anywhere and make the pasta. Okay, I can see where it's starting to come together. I'll do a little bit more with this, and then I'm going to get my hands in there. I suggest if you don't want to do all of this, use a stand mixer. I feel like throwing mine into the stand mixer right now. I'm going to use a stand mixer anyway, because I have to use it to cut the pasta. So okay, I'm back. I used the stand mixer because I got lazy. Here we go. The dough is wrapped up for about a half hour. Now we're going to unwrap it and we're going to cut it into fours. Okay? It does so much better when it rests. Okay? And I have this here on the thickest setting. You want it on the thickest setting. Try to flatten it out a little bit with your hands at first. You want to get it in there. Okay. Next in the setting. Okay. Okay, so I promised you to make some fresh sauce. I did put some plum tomatoes in the blender to chop them down, and now it's time to add some garlic oil, some basil, and salt and pepper, and then we're going to put the fresh pasta in it. So just watch as we put a little nice amount of olive oil in it. Okay, then we have our chopped garlic, and like I told you, I freeze the basil and I let it defrost. That goes in there. Okay. And let that saute a little bit. Nice sounding, great smell. The tomatoes that we had pureed ourselves. Now we're going to add some pepper. Salt will be last, because salt will be to taste. And some Italian herbs, Italian seasoning. And that is basically it. That's a simple sauce, simple marinara sauce. And we just have to wait now. Okay, this is exactly what you want to see. The sauce sizzling away like this. The nice lumps of tomatoes in there. And the smell is absolutely awesome. Okay, we just have to be patient and wait for the water to boil.
Okay, we got our noodles. Okay, just let it cook in sauce.
Okay, now I'm going to grate some pecorino romano in here. Nothing like the fresh cheese, believe me. And we'll mix some in here. We'll put some more on the top when we're done. Oh, look at that, just creaming up nice. Oh, the smell is really amplified now. Okay, I'm going to cook some of the cheese. I'm going to put a little bit more on top, because it's such a good cheese. Look at that. You won't get this in 99% of Italian restaurants. This is so worth it. I showed you how to make it. I gave you all the measurements. Now just make it.